Hey everybody, I'm going to do a cash stuffing for my savings sinking funds today, as well as for my savings challenges. So let's get into it. As you know, I have a Jane's Agenda planner, and so I do keep one of these paycheck budget sheets. Not one, I keep paycheck budget sheets in my planner so that, at work or here or there, I can take a look at it and I'm not married to the Budget Mom workbook that's at home. So that's at home. I do fill that out, but I also keep one of these in my planner. So I have my sinking funds for this week. I'm going to put $40 into my grocery envelope. That stays in my wallet. I'm going to put $20 into the water bill, $10 into Gracie's spend envelope. The Village Hop is getting $10. And my word challenge is getting $10, and Gracie's birthday is getting $10. So let's jump into that. I went to the bank yesterday and I got my cash. It's $100 that you can see here. Let's start with this. I have this binder. I might switch it up because I have a friend who is interested in starting with cash envelope or just savings. Not really cash envelopes, I think, but I think savings. So let's start with the word challenge. So here's the word challenge. So what happens on a monthly basis, I said begin because that was my first word. I do a word of the month. So in January, it was begin, February, ease, March, luck, April, Easter, May, cruise, June, sun, and then July is flag. All these words represent a dollar amount. And I've talked about this before, but it's figured out by, let's do flag. So F is the A, B, C, D, E, F, the fourth letter of the alphabet. So that would be a 4. L is whatever it is. A is the first letter of the alphabet. That would be a 1. So that just you can see how I'm getting the number. So I should have a total of 302 plus 25 in, at the end of July, it should be a total of 327. So let's count how much is in there now, and then we will add today's $10. So let's just add this up quick. 20, 60, 80, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 3. Okay, so there's 300 in here now. And so for flag, okay, so flag is, what did we say it was? Flag is, flag. Oh my goodness, people. Flag is like 25. So we're going to add, I'm shutting it, but we're going to add 10 today to the word. Yeah, flag is 25. So I have 300. So I'm going to add, I'm going to add 2 5s for a flag. Okay. So that'll be 310. Okay. Let's now do my other green, and we're going to, I don't really count these like on a regular basis. I just put money in them and then I go back to it after. So I have I'm starting a new envelope. It's called water bill because I think it's not even July, but I haven't seen it yet. So maybe it'll be in here in August. We're gonna get a quarterly water bill from our town versus twice a year. So I want to start saving. So whatever it is, we'll have it. So I'm going to put $20 today into the water bill envelope. I'm going to try to do that weekly because that will come up quick. The other thing is Gracie's birthday. I'm going to put an additional 10. Let's count Gracie's birthday. So Gracie's birthday is August 3rd. So So 20, 30, 60, 81, 50, 55, 60. So there's 60 bucks. I mean, 160 in here now, and I'm going to add 10. So that'll be 170. You know, if I can get up to 300 for her birthday, that's fine. That pays for food, and you know, that's kind of why I have it, to pay that kind of stuff. So Gracie's spend envelope, I actually do have 30 in here already, so I'm going to add another 10 to Gracie's envelope. And that's, you know, she's home for the summer. She has school right now, but she's home for the summer, so you know, if any of the girls want to take her to a movie or out kind of thing, she has some money. So that's why I like to put money in that. And then let's take a look at my grocery. I actually just bought some new cash envelopes from a creator on Etsy. Here's the grocery. I love it. It's like a bright red. And I'm carrying it over $13. So I'm going to add 40 to that. And I do track that on my envelope tracker. I just got some more from the Budget Mom. I like these, like the paper ones. It's from Minimalistic Budget. I think they just changed their name, and I went on, but she didn't have any. They were sold out. So maybe she'll get more. So 40 plus 13 is 53. So 53. Sometimes I take the $3 out and I'll put it into the hop. But for now, actually I already did that, didn't I? 25, no, there's 3 in here. So maybe next week I'll take it out and put it in the hop, just because it's dollar bills and I like to kind of keep round. So we have 53 in my wallet for groceries, and that'll just carry over weekly, especially this weekend. I don't think we would need any groceries. I bought Hungry Root this week, so we're all set for next week. And I think my husband has enough creamer for the week. That's kind of why I keep that cash in there in case we need something like that. We might want cherries again if they're on sale, so I'll have to see if anybody has them on sale. We'll use cash for that. Now, the last $10 in my cash stuffing is for the Village Hop that I talk about frequently. Let me show you what that looks like. So this is the Village Hop. I started doing this June 1st, but they've been doing it. The Village Hop creators have been doing it for, I think this is their 3rd year. So every day, Monday through Friday, there's a different host, content creator on YouTube. You can just find, you can do the Village Hop. You know, you'll find whoever's coming up that week. I'll also put the calendar on here, so if you want to pause the video, you can kind of see who it is daily. So today, being 7/10, it was Pilar Savings, and then I just watched it quick. The only thing I watched on the video is the rolls. So today, roll number 1 was a 2. So every day, put that like that so you can see. So every day, and I keep it in this binder here. Every day, it's $6. So I'm going to put $10 in the envelope. So this is $10 ones here. But I'm going to take out 6 for. I'm going to take out 7 today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I try to put. It's $6 a day, but I know I keep saying that. I'm sorry. It's $6 a day. However, I anytime I have ones, I put it in my cash envelope for this savings challenge, and this is just the envelope that I have in the beginning of the other envelopes. So whenever I have dollars, I put it in here. I try to put at least, you know, anywhere from $10 to $20 on a weekly basis from my, you know, paycheck in here. So I can just have ones, as you can see. So I have ones for every day. They just do it between Monday and Friday. I've added Saturday and Sunday to my savings challenge about 3 weeks ago. So I roll a dice Saturday and Sunday to also then put on here and save that $6 as well. And, you know, you know, you might not be able to save $6 a day, and that's okay. Maybe you start with $2 a day. It adds up, and we all know that. So it doesn't matter how much you start a day, but the different envelopes, and every year they change it up on the envelopes. I haven't gone back and watched, like last year I should, just to see what the envelopes were. But this year they're doing prosperity is envelope number 1. Generosity is envelope number 2. Envelope number 3 is abundance. Envelope number 4 is month ahead. Envelope number 5 is my stash. And envelope number 6 is travel. And then there's a extra. They call it a ding, ding, ding. That's why I put ding, ding, ding here, but I put extra as the envelope. And that's when you every time you get to $25 in one of the envelopes, you can ring a bell, right? Or you put in $1 extra into the extra envelope. If there's a Yahtzee, 3 of a kind, you know, small straight, large straight, whatever it is, you put an extra $1 in this envelope. So I love it. I started watching it like in March and April and May, and then finally June 1st, I said, you know, I'm just going to do it. I mean, and I do it, I've done it, and I love it, and I've even now added Saturday and Sunday to the savings, so it's really a great savings. I have no plans on spending this money. At the end of the year in December, I'll visit to see how much I have in total for each category, and I want to use the money for that category. If you know, one of the categories is generosity. If I feel like giving somebody $20 for whatever it is, or $100, I can take it right from that envelope, you know, and feel good about it because I've saved all this money. My stash, the same thing. Travel, you know, we already are thinking about a cruise for next year. So my goal is to keep that envelope as spending money for next year's cruise. So I'm gonna spend the money as the envelope says to spend the money. You know, the Village Hop creators aren't saying you have to take the prosperity money and do XYZ with it. You know what I mean? You could take that money and pay off a credit card with it, or you know, whatever you need to do. So I just like it. I like saving money like this. Is a nice savings challenge. I look forward, call me a dork, but I look forward to every day waking up and finding out what the numbers are from the Village Hop. And it's just really exciting, and it's a really good savings challenge. So if you're interested in doing it, please go check them out. It's really kind of cool. So today's rolls, this is what I do is I put the date, and I put this content creator's name. Today was Pilar, and so her first roll was a 2. So that means in the second envelope, here's the envelopes again. So in the second envelope, I would put $2. No. Nope. Don't listen to me. That's how I thought it was at first. Okay, so that's not accurate. So let me backtrack because I don't want to confuse you. So Pilar is the host today. She rolled, the first roll was a 2. So in the second envelope, you put $1. Okay, so in the second envelope, which is generosity, I'm going to put, I'll show you only one. I'm going to put today's date, 7/10 at 1, and then there was 36 in here, and now there's 37. Now I could count them daily. I don't really count them on a daily basis. So I take my $1 for the 1/2. So it's a little confusing at first when you first look at it, but you know, if you start doing it every day or every other day, whatever you feel, it's not going to be confusing. So roll 2 was a 4, roll 3 was a 4, and roll 5 was a 4. So that's 3 of a kind, just so we can put it in the extra. So that's $1 extra. But so roll 2 was a 4, roll 3 was a 4, and roll 5 was a 4. So that's $3, 1, 2, 3, in the fourth envelope, which is month ahead. So that's kind of cool. So that month ahead is getting $3. So today's $7.10, $3. So that means that there's already going to be $42 in that envelope. 1, 2, 3. And again, I'm not going to count it. You know, maybe once a week I would count it. I don't count it every day. And then roll number 4 was a 3. So I do owe $1 to the third envelope. And I owe $1 to the 6th envelope, which is travel. And the third envelope is abundance. So if I don't put any money in the envelope because there wasn't a roll that represented that envelope, I don't mark down anything. So there's $36 in the abundance. So there we go. So watch a couple of videos before you decide to do it so you can kind of get a really good grasp on how to do it. And then the 6th envelope is travel. So that's why this 6 represents the 6th envelope. So that represents $1. So 10, 7, 10, $1 into my travel. And there's already $36 in that. And that leaves me with $1. Again, I took out 7 today because I knew that there was 3 of a kind. That's extra, that extra envelope or special or ding, ding, ding that they call it. Because they call it ding, ding, ding because they say when a bell rings in the savings and budgeting community, that means the savings challenge is fully funded. Or they do it for that. So they consider a fully funded amount in any envelope $25. So when I do reach $25, I do add an extra $1 to that extra envelope. But in this case, and then they do that Yahtzee thing. So in this case, because they have 3 of a kind, 3 4s, we're putting an extra $1 in that extra envelope. So yes, it can range from, $6 to $7 or $8 a day, but think about what you're spending. If you're a spender on coffee or eating out, and I know a lot of new people are just getting into the budgeting thing, and there's always new people joining a budget community on YouTube and even just in life, right? So if you're a spender of $7 on coffee a day, I mean, then, maybe only buy coffee once or twice a week and put that other $6 or $7 in an envelope so you can start a challenge like this. Because as you can see, it's only July 9th, right? So I've literally been on this since June 1st, which is 30 days, right? 30 plus days. And I already have saved up in all my envelopes $225. That is just so wild and so cool. And I'm just so excited to see that money grow. Those are my sinking challenges, my sinking funds and saving challenges for the day. I'm glad you're here watching me, and I hope you have fun today.